Hi, my name is Lisa Apel, and welcome to my portfolio lessons learned number 1, Reflection on Learning. As a history student at Boise State, I was taught to teach using direct instruction and textbook methods mostly. Here are a couple examples of my old work. Not a very good handout, and a PowerPoint that has way too many words on it. The catalyst for my transformation into a techie kind of person was an iPad mini and the apps that came with it. Going down into the pyramids was amazing to me, and being able to make iMovie trailers instead of the same old boring PowerPoints was a lot of fun for everyone. The interactive app really brought the magazines to life. It's no wonder that students were very frustrated with the map unit originally. Now that I can use Google Maps, it has become one of the funnest units all year. In the past, if I was going to be absent, I would create some kind of a packet where students would read out of one book and then they would read out of another textbook and they would create something. Now, when I'm going to be gone, I create a web quest on the class website. Gives the kids something to do that's interactive and fun. My technology class has very little direct instruction, mostly because it didn't work. The other thing is that I've really learned through the classes at Boise State that teaching technology is all about teaching skills and then giving students the time to practice those skills. My students create projects and they help each other to gain more skills and confidence in their abilities. Technology really hasn't taken over my career as much as it supports it and has helped me to grow and help my students to reach their learning goals as well as have a lot of fun while we're at it. The books are great and we still do a lot of drawing, but technology really takes us places that we would never be able to go to, see different museums. It's just an amazing thing. Welcome to lesson 2 for my portfolio on the art and science of teaching. I was taught to teach history using mostly direct instruction, and as I started out in my own practice, I did the same. When I added technology into my classroom, it brightened everything up, made things much more vibrant and exciting, just like when TV changed from black and white to color. While artwork is still a part of my classroom, the majority of the things that we are doing are going deeper into a higher level thinking, and technology has helped to improve that. Part of the art of teaching is knowing when things aren't working, even when you change them up. Sometimes you still need to change it again. One of the best things about learning how to do all of these things in technology is sharing it with my students. They are definitely more engaged and happier to be working today instead of with those pamphlets. As you can see, the students are engaged in several different things, but all of them are working at their own pace and learning skills that will be helpful to them in multiple classes and at home. It seems that most of the schools that are incorporating technology struggle with getting the whole staff on board. The students really do love it, but we all really need a little extra time and training for it to be more successful. Part of the art of teaching is finding that place where your class understands what's expected of them and the students have enough autonomy that they're able to create things that they can actually be proud of and they learn from because they had choices. It's my opinion that the art of teaching is really not losing the desire to learn more yourself, to help your students and to bring more life into your lessons. I can't imagine not being able to change things up each year, and I've really enjoyed learning how to use technology. It's made a huge difference in my classroom and for my students. Hi, and welcome to Lessons Learned number 3, Design and Evaluation of Instruction. So I've always done a really good job of keeping track of my lessons in books, but now I have all my past years on Google Drive, which makes it a lot easier to cut and paste and add new content to, new videos. Just makes things a whole lot nicer. These are the state standards that we decided on in our district meetings to follow, but as you can see, they're really just too broad. During the performance task group project that I was working on, I really learned how to write the standards in a way that make more sense, that chunk it down so that I understand it and my students do as well. For the professional learning community, these are the main questions that we're always being asked to look at and review, and it's really helped me to bring in my focus on what I need to do, and technology helps me to track that. I was really glad that the ladies that I worked with on this project were experienced with writing SMART goals and with writing the essential questions. I really learned a lot from those ladies. As we're looking at the data that we're gathering, we're trying to figure out what went wrong and what went right. The conversations that we have about how we presented the material, what teaching strategy we used, really impacts how we reteach. We definitely do not do it in the exact same way. Really, what would be the point? If they didn't get it the first time, they need to be shown a different way. So my spreadsheet lesson is a really good example of how I've incorporated the goals and the standards so that my students have a clear understanding of what's going on. I add these things to my classroom website. Parents absolutely love the fact that they can go in there and look at this as well. So the technology isn't just helping me and my students, it's also bringing better communication between the parents and myself. It's really made things so much easier for everyone. Welcome to Lesson 4, Networking and Collaboration for my portfolio. So the reality is that change is not easy for anyone, and technology is scary. Trust me, I've been there. And so it's a very difficult thing, and unfortunately some people are retiring. They're not even going to try and make the change to the PLC and all the technology. It's just really too much for them. The other 6th grade teacher is not into technology whatsoever, so I share my technology with the other teachers in the building and with the social studies department as a whole. I created these 2 different videos for use at South Middle School. The other teachers show them to the kids. It's a 6th grade tour that was on the website on the top, and then the explanation of Hawk Time on the bottom. Here are 2 examples of lessons I created to help with the cross-curricular technology, science, and language arts. One of my favorite things that I created was this website so that I could share technology ideas with my colleagues. At last year's district social studies meeting, I recommended that we create this Essential Standards Google Doc, and everyone agreed. It's been a big help. I was really excited when we had our social studies district meeting this year. We added in several links to lessons, and it has become a very collaborative tool that benefits all social studies students in the district. It's like that old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I share lots of things with people. Sometimes they want to learn how to do it. Other times they just look at me and go, nope, not anything I'm interested in. So I don't let it get me down, and I share with the people that are interested, and I'm happy when they share new ideas and new apps with me. Hi, this is Lisa April, and welcome to the 5th and final of my video vignettes for my Boise State portfolio. I think that if teachers knew how fast and easy it is to incorporate just a few tools into their lessons, that they would be more inclined to do so. By performing an evaluation of the grant process, my school went through, I found out that we were not very clear to the staff on what some of the goals were, and unfortunately, we did not meet them. And then the person that was hired to train the teachers had a poor attitude and was a little bit too sarcastic, so teachers did not learn as much as they could have from him, and it was just really sad. No one says incorporating technology means that you can't do fun activities with your students. The technology provides a different way of having fun. Virtual field trips, being able to see artifacts that we would never be able to see from Nampa, Idaho. Those are the kinds of things that technology does. Technology helps the students that need intervention, and it also helps the students that need enrichment. It's a good all-around tool. Tragically, it seems that the students that are behaving poorly are doing so because they're frustrated and they're bored. Technology creates learning opportunities for students that are interested in gaming and building things, and for students that have special needs. The computer lets them create. There have been more student success in typing since I've switched to typing.com than there was the first 2 quarters that I used the paper version for typing. What's interesting is I can go back and see that my past students still go on typing.com. And for me, that is what is the point of technology. It gives the students the opportunity to learn, and it helps them to be excited about learning.